Hello everyone, and welcome to the video. Today I wanted to take a break from some of the technical stuff and really talk about some mindsets. And this particular mindset is going to be beneficial to you no matter what career field you're in. But if you're in cybersecurity, I think that if you get this one wrong, it's almost impossible to get over, even if you've got everything else going right for you. And this mindset is, it's a question that I want to ponder to you. Are you worth a damn? You know, in an age that, body positivity and everybody saying that you're okay no matter what, it's counter to the reality of the world. Everybody likes to think that they're hot stuff, and it's a detriment to a lot of young engineers that I run across. So to start with, you have to be worth a damn to get places in life. If you're not, you should probably take a look at yourself and think critically about some of your weaknesses that you could shore up so that you are worth a damn. Charlie Munger said, to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. The world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a bunch of undeserving people. And I really, really love that quote. I think it means a lot to me. So do you deserve what you want? I mean, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about doing what it takes to get where you want, what you want. If you want to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu, you can't wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm a black belt. That's just not how it works. Like you can't just put it in your head and it's true. You have to put in the work to get there, right? So outside of martial arts, this is one that probably everybody can relate to. If you're overweight and you want to lose 100 pounds, you have to deserve to lose 100 pounds. If you're eating KFC and watching reality TV, Charlie Munger would say that you probably don't deserve what you want. You probably don't deserve to lose that 100 pounds. So how big is your deserve it factor? Is it a 10? Is it a 6? Is it a 2? Really look at yourself and ask yourself, like, are you worth a damn? Do you deserve to reach the goal that you're shooting for? Do you deserve what you want? Awareness is really key in this. Are you self-aware? If the answer is no, that's okay. Just do something about it, right? You can fix that. You can increase your self-awareness. You can, go learn. You can go study and practice from people that are better than you. And, you can raise your self-awareness. So one thing that I've heard a lot in life is this saying that you can either watch things happen, you can make things happen, or you can wonder what happened. So what is your plan to start deserving what you want out of life? Start by raising your awareness and building expertise. If you want to lose that 100 pounds and you want to deserve to lose that 100 pounds, you should start by being observant of the factors that contribute to it, right? How many calories should you eat in a day? What type of workout plan would help you get there based on your body type? How much protein versus carbs do you need to balance everything out? What's the maximum amount of sugar that you should consume in a day? If you don't have the answers to those questions and you're not, taking those answers and actually implementing them into your life, do you really deserve to lose 100 pounds? Probably not, right? The average person in the world, they don't know. They wonder. They wonder about this and they wonder about that. Their awareness in life is very, very low. And if you want to be a better cybersecurity engineer, awareness is absolutely critical. So to deserve more, you have to start with your worth a damn factor, your deserve it factor. And it's made up, in my opinion, of a bunch of intangible things. It's a foundational principle, but to kind of illustrate that idea, I'm going to go back to Warren Buffett was speaking to a bunch of MBA students, and he said, in determining whether you're going to succeed, there is a lot more to it than intellect and energy. He emphasized integrity and illustrated it with a hypothetical scenario where, you could wave a magic wand and basically purchase 10% of any of your classmates, right? So all the money that they make for the rest of their lives, you get 10% of it. If you think about that for a minute, like, how would you choose? Like, would you bet on the valedictorian? Would you bet on the cheerleader? Would you bet on the kid who never does well in class? Would you bet on yourself? That's a good one. If not, why not? Right? Changing those things in your deserve it factor goes through the roof. There's no guaranteed way to know who would pay off and who wouldn't pay off. But for me, I would really be looking for a set of intangibles, like the set of intangibles that increase your deserve it factor. It's not always the smartest, it's not always the prettiest or the strongest that make it. It's usually the most adaptable. The intangible that I would look at first is definitely awareness, though. So if you want to look around and see who has awareness, go around and whether you're in a team meeting or anything else, who is the person that makes observations that nobody else in the room notices? Yeah, I can't remember whether it's Stanford or Mensa or what, but I read a thing that said that is one of the best indicators of future potential. Awareness is the quickest path to increasing those intangibles, and it's the quickest path to increasing how much you deserve something. For instance, you're going to increase your worth a damn factor. So, in cybersecurity, observation and the ability to analyze are your biggest strengths, right? If you notice something that could potentially cause a breach, you can point it out along with a solution. Your deserve it factor goes through the roof when you do that. If your awareness is low, maybe you didn't pick up on it, maybe just go about your day, nobody ever notices it. The day may come where the bad guys do, though, and then you have to pay the price, right? You're going to be doing breach response. You're going to be doing incident response. You're going to be working 16-hour days for the next few weeks. You're going to have to rebuild a bunch of stuff, and it's going to be painful. And you'll have to experience that pain of not being observant and correcting the problem to teach you to pay more attention next time. So if any of you have ever experienced a cyber compromise, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's painful. And after you do one, you never want to do one ever again. So, we all learn from mistakes, but nobody said that they have to be your own. And developing your awareness skill can help you avoid a lot of mistakes. Most people don't do that though. Most people just, they seek distractions from reality. They don't want to be aware of the things around them. They seek pleasures, they seek intoxicants, they seek distractions. They want to live in a world where they always feel good. Nothing ever hurts their feelings. They drink and do drugs to numb themselves to any displeasures. They spend hours on social media instead of doing the hard things, distracting themselves. If you want to succeed, though, you have to be focused. You have to deserve what you want. You have to put the work in. That's not to say that you should work all the time. There is a balance to be struck. There's a time to meditate and wander and relax and unwind. And we all need that in our lives, but you don't want to be in that place all the time. The guy who has all the money in the world, relaxes 24/7 and doesn't have a purpose, he's not a happy guy. It's just the way that it works out. Everybody thinks that they're going to be happy when they hit that lotto, but most people really aren't at the end of the day. The next thing that I would focus on, now that you're thinking about your awareness, is taking ownership of things. Most people like to blame external factors for their misfortune. They trap themselves in this victim mindset that takes the burden off of them and puts it onto somebody else. Don't do that. At the end of the day, the world is pretty darn fair. If you only have $100 in your bank account, why do you think it is? Why do you think that's somebody else's fault, right? What have you done to lead to your current circumstances? Have you been putting value out in the world? Yes, no, maybe. If you sit around blaming everyone else all day, you never go do anything to change your situation. You waste your life away pointing fingers, and you never really get anywhere. So it doesn't make sense to me why people are constantly going back to that knee-jerk defense mechanism to, it's his fault, it's his fault, it's his fault. If you are strong enough to say, all right, maybe not everything was my fault, but here's what I could have done better, doors just start opening for you after that. Maybe you don't believe that you should invest in learning a high value skill, but a surgeon is going to make a lot more than a cashier that presses buttons. There's a lot more skill required to be a surgeon, and people are going to pay more for that skill. The same thing can be said about your journey into cybersecurity. Do you just want to be a help desk guy? Well, if you're okay with that, that's why you only have $100 in your bank account. But if you take your awareness and you look around at the people in your company that make good money, what are they doing differently? Is that something that you would enjoy doing? What skills do you need to learn, the skill to get there? Well, go put in the work, become a network security expert, become a systems expert, become a cloud security expert, become a compliance expert. And when you have thousands in your bank account, you'll be glad that you did that instead of sitting on the couch pointing the finger about, here's the reason why I can't get a raise. You'll be a million times better. The world is fair. You and I have to continually be on an upward path to deserve more. This goes for me too. Would you want to live in a world where the rules and laws of physics didn't apply? If Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the gym 10 hours a day, busting his ass, working hard, and his body just stayed fat, and someone that ate McDonald's all day was as healthy as can be, is that the type of world that you want to live in? I wouldn't want to live in a world where the rules didn't make sense. I want to know that if the plane goes a certain speed and the wings are shaped a certain way, that the plane is going to take off and go up in the air as expected and get me to where I'm going. I don't want to live in a world with erratic rules. I want a world with enough rules so that I can plan my life and do what I want to do. So if the world is fair, and we do have these rules and frameworks to go by, that's telling me that if I don't eat processed foods, if I keep my sugar intake under a certain level, if I move and burn calories, I can be healthy. So I'll be healthy when I do those things. Those are the type of constants that I want to be able to live my life under. Those are the types of things that I want to be able to say, okay, I've done the thing and I deserve the reward. If you look at the people that have a lot of money, they have almost always added immense value to the world. Bill Gates made one of the biggest companies in the world that has revolutionized computing throughout the generations. I think he probably deserves a lot more money than I do, personally. I mean, I've added value to the world, but I've not added as much value as he has. So the world would not be where it is without the value that he brought to the table. Like, the money that he's made is just a fraction of the value that he's added to the world. Nelson Mandela was unjustly imprisoned for 27 years. I don't think I would have been able to handle that personally. And at the end of it, he forgave those people. And when he got out, he brought tremendous value to the world. He didn't sit there pointing fingers, blaming everybody else for his circumstances. He wanted to change the world. He wanted to add value. And when he died, the world wept. You know, Bill Gates, Nelson Mandela, their deserve it factor was absolutely through the roof. And you want to put yourself around those people if you find them. The people that deserve it, you want to hang around those people. And by proxy, they're going to start rubbing off on you. You may hear in the media, people on social media complaining about the world, but I would challenge that. It's fair. It's not always fair because life's not fair, right? But it's a hell of a lot more fair than it's ever been throughout history. Will Durant asked a question, and he said, at what other time in the world would you have rather lived? Would you rather live 1,000 years ago when people died during childbirth or they had no plumbing? Would you want to go back 100 years before the internet? We live in a time now where it's not perfect because life's not perfect, but it'll never be perfect. But the opportunity to get somewhere has been democratized. The internet is a tool that we have that nobody else throughout history has ever had. And it's really democratizing opportunities. It's making the place a lot more fair. We all have the opportunity to achieve the good life. It's fair enough to know that you can get what you deserve if you do the things to deserve it. People who deserve more get more. So stop looking at your business partners, stop looking at the economy, stop looking at the government or any other external factor. Take a look at yourself. Don't use your traumas as an excuse. Most people have traumas. Nelson Mandela had tremendous traumas. Locked in a cage for 27 years. That'll mess anybody up. And it didn't stop him. Like, he still went and did it. So, with that, we can all do better and we can all do more to deserve what we want. We can all add more value to the world. We can all have more skills, both tangible and intangible. Focus, awareness, the ability to know when it's time to stop and smell the roses and to know when it's time to put in work. If you want better friends, learn social skills. That's one way to deserve good friends, to be a good friend. You want to make more money? Study money. Put the principles into practice. That's one way to deserve more money. If you want better health, stand naked in front of a mirror every morning for 90 days. If you don't like what you see, you will do something about it. Each day, go to bed a little bit healthier. Each day, go to bed a little bit wiser. Step by step, you get ahead, but not necessarily in fast spurts. To get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. Remember that. You're in competition with yourself, not the world. Make yourself better, and the world will sort itself out.